everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Lovett's Locations. Today we'll be visiting Welwyn Garden City and Letchworth Garden City, which was home to the World's End back in 2013. There were 5 friends on one night, 12 pubs. Surely disaster struck. Let's find out. Let's boo-boo. We start off with where the lads stay in Newton Haven. I'm not sure on the exact location as I found it by chance, so unfortunately I only have some photos, as I visited these locations when the film had just hit the cinemas 7 years ago. The UK's first roundabout was seen when the lads first arrive in Newton Haven, and you will see it again when they leave. This is located on Broadway in Welwyn Garden City. We have arrived at pub number 1, which is in fact the first post, but as locals call it, the Pear Tree. This is located on Hollybush Lane in Welwyn Garden City. The pub interior was also used. In fact, it was also the same interior for the second pub, which is where we are off to now. The Old Familiar is the second pub, which is in fact the Doctor's Tonic, a lively bar which is closer to the centre of Welwyn Garden City. This is the pub where Oliver's sister Sam is seen for the first time. As mentioned previously, the interiors were filmed at the Pear Tree. Pub number 3 is the famous Cock, which is now called the Two Willows, but was the Cork when I visited some years ago. You will find the Two Willows at 9 Howardsgate in Welwyn Garden City. After a brief stay at the famous Cock, it is quickly off to pub number 4, the Cross Hands, which was called the Parkway Bar. This is now permanently closed down, but located on Parkway in Welwyn Garden City. You will not be surprised to hear that the toilet scenes were filmed in the studio, although the lads were seen coming out of this door. The bar scenes were also filmed in the actual pub. We now move to Letchworth Garden City and pub number 5. Or should I say a vacant shop. It was on 71 Lees Avenue that stood in for the Good Companions. The interior of this pub was filmed at the Wenlock Arms in Islington. Pub number 6, the Trusty Servant. It wouldn't be a pub crawl now if the Wetherspoons was not involved, would it? So here we are at the Three Magnets on Lees Avenue in Letchworth. The interiors were filmed at the Director's Arms in Boreham Wood. These fountains can be seen a few times in the film. These are located just outside the Wetherspoons on Lees Avenue. Not far from the Three Magnets is pub number 7, the Two-Headed Dog, which was the colonnade when I visited, but is now the platform on Station Road. This is where Sam has an encounter with the twins in the garden. On to pub number 8, which was the Mermaid. This is actually Broadway cinema, and as you can see, it was showing the World's End when I visited. The cinema is located in East Cheap in Letchworth, Garden City. The doors they went through were real, but the interiors were filmed at Chalfont campus in Chalfont St Giles in Buckinghamshire. A few doors away from the Broadway is pub number 9, the Beehive. This was at the time of filming a Thai garden restaurant on Tangernham Road, but unfortunately it is now closed down. The fight scene inside was filmed in a studio. Pub number 10, the Arena Tavern, which stood in for the King's Head, which was also the escape route. Gary still manages to maintain the drink in every pub objective. The pub is found on 3 Arena Parade and is known for its live music. We now reach Letchworth train station. No, not to go home, but this was the location of pub 11, the hole in the wall. A false wall was built across the entrance, and if you have seen the film, you will understand why the interior was built in the studio. Just like Gary and Andy did in the film, we have finally made it to the World's End. When I visited this pub, it was called the Gardener's Arms, but it's now called the Wilbury on Wilbury Hills Road in Letchworth, Garden City. Before I go, I'm going to leave you with a couple of props that were left after filming. Thank you for watching. I am Darren Lovett, and please subscribe if you have enjoyed these videos. This picture frame was damaged in the final scene. And finally, this hole in the ground is where the World's End sign stood.